Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently
stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleagues.
to Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you
I'm
continue to attack my colleagues.
Welcome back to Blast. Today we're diving into a recent controversy that has garnered significant attention. Karoline Leavitt, Donald Trump's press secretary, found herself in hot water during a contentious interview on CNN. She was cut off after repeatedly attacking the network's debate moderators. Let's break it down. During the interview, Kasie Hunt from CNN clearly stated,
I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week.
During the interview, Kasie Hunt from CNN clearly stated, we're going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues, ma'am. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, whom you work for. If you're here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation. However, Leavitt persisted with her attacks, prompting Hunt to end the interview with, I'm sorry everyone, we're going to return to the panel. Thank you for your time. This incident highlights the ongoing tension between Trump's camp and the media. The only person Leavitt can blame for this situation is herself. Interestingly, Trump and his team had accepted CNN's invitation to host a debate and had agreed to have Jake Tapper and Dana Bash as moderators. Even if the debate had been hosted by Fox News with Sean Hannity as the moderator, Trump would likely still claim it was unfair. CNN did not deceive Trump. Everything was transparent from the start. The only one playing games and trying to find excuses has been Donald Trump. Trump is evidently afraid to debate President Biden. For months, his team has portrayed Biden as old and weak. However, they are now changing their tune with statements like,
maybe I'm better off losing the debate. I'll make sure he says I'll lose the debate on purpose. Maybe I'll do something like that.
I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater.
Should I be tough and nasty and just say you're the worst president in history? Or should I be nice and calm and let him speak?
Maybe I'm better off losing the debate on purpose. I assume he's going to be a worthy debater. Should I be tough and nasty or nice and calm? Realizing they set the bar too low, the GOP then accused Biden of being on drugs, demanding a drug test. Trump shouted on Truth Social, "Drug test for Joe Biden, I would also immediately agree to one." Yet, agreeing to take a test and actually taking it are two different things. Even if Biden took the test, Trump would likely find an excuse not to follow through. Shortly after the interview, Kasie Hunt defended her actions on Twitter. You come on my show, you respect my colleagues, period. This did not sit well with Trump's supporters. Here are some reactions. Matt Gaetz tweeted, I would like to thank Kasie Hunt for her meltdown this morning. Without the booting of Karoline Leavitt, her legitimate criticisms of CNN wouldn't have gotten nearly the play they did. Meanwhile, Hugh Hewitt defended Tapper and Bash.
Will say, I don't share concerns about CNN or Jake and Dan. I worked with them on debates in 2015 and 16, 4 with Dan and 2 with Jake, and they're professional.
I don't share concerns about CNN or Jake and Dana. I worked with them on debates in the past, and they are professional. Stephen Miller also weighed in, tweeting, Pro tip for CNN. If you silence a guest for truthfully discussing deeply offensive commentary from a CNN host and abruptly terminate the interview, you succeed only in calling more attention to the host's alarming bias and outrageous slanders. It is important to point out that shortly after that interview exchange, Miller had a tantrum and was escorted out of the building by security. Despite the backlash, there are Republicans who believe Hunt did the right thing. Former RNC official Doug Hayes said,
you wouldn't put up with that. And I think Kasie was very right to defend her colleagues. That's what you do. She did her job, and I think she should be commended for it.
You wouldn't put up with that, and I think Kasie was very right to defend her colleagues. That's what you do. She did her job, and I think she should be commended for it. This internal conflict within MAGA shows that they can't seem to get on the same page about who to attack. It almost seems like they are having an identity crisis. In a move straight out of Trump's victimhood playbook, Leavitt tried to pivot her moment of self-sabotage into pity. She tweeted, "You cut off my microphone for bringing up the debate moderator's history of anti-Trump lies. They proved our point that President Trump will not be treated fairly on Thursday, yet he is still willing to go into this 3-on-1 fight. Nope, that is not what happened. Rather than focusing on how her boss would handle the debate, Leavitt ignored Hunt's warnings and continued her attacks. Steve Bannon also commented on his podcast saying,
I've never seen such disrespect. They have never in the history of television ever taken a national press secretary and treated her with such lack of respect. Cassie Hunt owes you an apology. CNN owes you an apology today.
This shows how scared MAGA is of Biden. Their latest excuse for Trump not debating is that CNN should apologize. This is another sign of their insecurity. MAGA is clearly preparing for Trump to perform poorly in the debate. There is no other reasonable explanation for the number of excuses they have given. It's not a good sign when Trump seems to have passed out during an interview on Newsmax while railing about Biden taking drugs. During this interview, Trump said,
recommendations that maybe Joe Biden has to have a drug test before this debate. You've made some great remarks, and let me just remind our viewers kind of what you've said and what your take is on it. Oh. Sir, I think you said that Joe might need a shot to stay up for the debate. I hear that he's practicing standing for 90 minutes is his debate prep. A little different, I think, than what you're used to at some of the rallies you've participated in recently.
Well, if I have to practice standing, we have ourselves a big problem now. I had heard that too. He's practicing how to stand or something.
This highlights the desperation of Trump's team to create a narrative that excuses a poor debate performance. Let's delve deeper into the dynamics at play here. The media's role in shaping political narratives cannot be overstated. For years, Trump has positioned himself as a victim of a biased media landscape, a strategy that has resonated with his base. By constantly attacking media figures and claiming unfair treatment, Trump galvanizes his supporters and distracts from substantive policy discussions. For instance, the repeated insistence that Biden is not mentally fit for office is a tactic designed to lower expectations for Trump's own debate performance. If Biden performs adequately, Trump can claim it's because of external factors like drug use. If Biden underperforms, Trump can use it as vindication of his earlier claims. This no-lose strategy is classic political maneuvering. Moreover, the demands for drug tests are not new. This tactic has been used historically to cast doubt on an opponent's capabilities. For example, during the 1960 presidential campaign, rumors circulated that John F. Kennedy was using performance-enhancing drugs. Such tactics aim to delegitimize opponents through insinuation rather than evidence. Trump supporters like Matt Gaetz and Stephen Miller play crucial roles in amplifying these narratives. Gaetz's tweet praising Hunt's meltdown is an attempt to frame the situation as a victory for Trump's camp. This kind of spin is essential in maintaining the narrative of victimhood and bias. However, not all Republicans are on board with these tactics. Doug Hey's defense of Hunt underscores a divide within the party. There are still factions that believe in maintaining professional decorum and respecting journalistic integrity even when the questions or moderators are tough. This internal conflict within the GOP mirrors broader societal divisions. On one side, there are those who feel that the media is an enemy that must be fought at all costs. On the other, there are those who believe in engaging with the media constructively, even if it means facing difficult questions. The media, for its part, has its own set of challenges. Journalists like Casey Hunt must navigate the fine line between allowing free expression and maintaining control over their platforms. When a guest repeatedly flouts the rules, the journalist has to decide whether to cut them off or allow the chaos to continue. Hunt's decision to end the interview was a clear stance on maintaining professional standards. The reaction from Trump's supporters to Hunt's decision also highlights a broader issue of respect for journalistic integrity. By attacking Hunt for defending her colleagues, they are indirectly attacking the principles of fair and balanced reporting. This is indicative of a broader trend where respect for journalistic norms is eroded in favor of partisan attacks. Furthermore, the aftermath of these incidents often involves a flurry of social media activity. Twitter becomes a battleground where supporters and detractors alike voice their opinions, often in hyperbolic terms. This amplifies the original incident, ensuring that it remains in the public eye far longer than the actual event lasted. This tactic of using social media to extend the life of a controversy is a deliberate strategy. By keeping the issue alive online, both sides can continue to engage their bases, ensuring that the controversy remains a talking point. This is especially important in a 24-hour news cycle where stories can quickly be overshadowed by new events. The role of social media in modern political discourse cannot be understated. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook allow politicians and their supporters to bypass traditional media channels and communicate directly with the public. This can be a double-edged sword, as it allows for unfiltered communication, but also for the rapid spread of misinformation. Trump's own use of social media is a case in point. His tweets and posts often set the agenda for the day, forcing both supporters and detractors to respond. This control over the narrative is a powerful tool, allowing him to steer conversations in directions that are favorable to him. However, this strategy also has its risks. The rapid-fire nature of social media means that statements can be made in the heat of the moment without the usual checks and balances. This can lead to gaffes and missteps that can be exploited by opponents. In conclusion, the incident with Karoline Leavitt on CNN is a microcosm of the larger battle between Trump's camp and the media. It highlights the ongoing tensions, the strategies employed by both sides, and the role of social media in modern political discourse. By attacking the moderators and creating a narrative of bias, Trump's team is trying to discredit the debate process and lower expectations for Trump's performance. However, this strategy is risky and its effectiveness remains to be seen. Thank you for watching Blast. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth analysis and coverage of the political landscape. Until next time, stay informed.